Good, grade 10, we're currently on this page. We're going to look at questions number 4, and it says there, so this is the page, no? Make sure everyone has that page there. It says there at 4.1, on the given grid, draw the graphs defined by y is equals to 3x minus 2 and y is equals to 3x plus 1 on the same set of axes. Label each graph clearly and mark the points where the graphs cut the axis. Right, so there's different ways in which we can draw these. The way that I'm going to draw or show you now, the first way is you can draw it by table. No? So you're going to substitute the values of -5, -4, and then etc. until 5, and then you can stipulate it or the coordinates on the sketch. Or a shorter way, Shunin, would be to do it by the dual intercept method. Now the dual intercept method, Dante, would you mind closing the door for us? There. The dual intercept method. Dual means what? Who can tell me what does dual mean? 2. No? So the dual intercept method consists of us dual intercept consists of us determining two what? Two intercepts. And that intercepts that we're going to, the two intercepts that we're going to work out is namely going to be the x intercept and the y intercept. Now, we have touched on this. How do I calculate the x-intercept? I put y is equals to 0 and my x-intercept, x is equals to 0. Then I solve the other variable. Now let's look at the first one. The first one given to me is y is equals to 3x minus 2. I'm first going to determine for this one, the y-intercept. Alright, so I'm going to write there y-intercept. And how do I work out the y-intercept again? I say that means x is equals to 0. Now I write here y is equals to 3. In the place of x, I'm writing 0 minus 2. So that means my y is equals to -2. And I can write down my coordinate. Where is my y going to be -2? My y is going to be -2 where my x is equals to 0. And there I have my y-intercept. Alright, now I'm going to determine the x-intercept. How do I determine my x-intercept? I say y is equals to 0. So that means I'm going to say 0 is equals to 3x minus 2. What do I want to solve here? X. Alright, so I'm going to take that -2 over to this side. It's going to be a +2 is equals to 3x. I want to make x the subject. So that means I want to get x alone. So how do I get x alone? Divide by 3. Why by 3? Because it's the coefficient of the x. Right, so then I'm going to divide by 3 on that side and divide by 3 on that side. So that means x is equals to 2 over 3. Where is my x equals to 2 over 3? Where my x is equals to 2 over 3, my y will be 0. Now I have my y-intercept and I have my x-intercept. I go to my sketch. For you guys, it's already sketched. And then I'm going to go, this is my x-axis and this is my y-axis. I go plot the two different intercepts. So the first intercept that I have there is 0, where x is 0. So I go on this line. Why did I do that? That's the y-axis and that's the x-axis. Right, where x is equal to 0. Where is x equals to 0? Is it on this side? Is it here? Where x equals to 0? More to this side. It's right here. But where x is equal to 0, what should my y value be? I'm plotting this coordinate now on the sketch. Where my x is equals to 0, what should my y value be? Negative 2. So I go on this line, I know there x is 0 and my y should be negative 2. So if this is 1, that will be positive 2. Is it positive 2 or negative 2? It's negative 2, so it should be where? Right? Underneath. So if that is negative 1, that will be negative 2. Right, now on there I make a dot. What is that dot indicate? This is my y-intercept. Now I go and I go plot my x-intercept. Alright, so I'm going to say 2 over 3, where x is equals to 2 over 3. Right there, x is equals to 0. If I go more to that side, x will become negative. And at that point, x is equals to 1. And there, x is equals to 2. X is equals to 3. Now, where is 2 over 3? I think it's positive. It says there, we worked it out, it's positive. But where is it? Two over 3, let's convert that to a decimal. What is 2 over 3? Quickly convert that to a decimal. Yes, it's 0.6. No? Now where is 0.6? Is it greater than 1? Is it less than 1? Less than 1, but it's greater than 0. Alright? Is it, if that is a half, is it less than a half or greater than half? Greater than half. So there is my way, my x-intercept. Now I take my ruler. Can I borrow a ruler quickly? Thank you. I take my ruler and I go through these two coordinates like that, and I draw my line neatly, making sure it goes through that coordinate as well as that coordinate. And there's my line. What is the line there? That is the line y is equal to 3x minus 2. Alright? Now I go to my next line. What is the equation of my next line? Y is equals to plus 1. What am I going to determine now? Y-intercept in my x-intercept. What is my y-intercept going to be? How do I determine my y-intercept? X is equals to 0. So that's going to be y is equals to 3 times 0 plus 1. So that means my y-intercept is equals to 1. Where is my y-intercept equals to 1? Where my x is equals to 0. So that means x is equal to 0 and y is equals to 1. Now I go, where is that on this function? Where is x equals to negative? Where is x equals to 0? X is equals to 0 here, no? And y will be equals to 1. It will be, that is positive 1. But I'm looking for above. Sorry, this is negative 1. That will be positive 1. So I put my dot right there. That is going to be my y-intercept for my second function. Now I'm going to go and determine my x-intercept. How do I determine my x-intercept again? Y is equals to 0. Right, so I'm going to say still the same equation. Y is equals to, not y, but in the place of y I'm substituting 0 is equals to 3x plus 1, alright? And then I want to make x the subject, so I'm going to take that positive 1 over, it becomes negative 1 is equals to 3x. Am I done? No, I didn't need to do what? Divide by 3. Why by 3? Because 3 is the coefficient of x. So I'm going to divide by 3 there and divide by 3 here. So that means x is equals to negative 1 over 3. Now I can write down my x-intercept. My x-intercept will be where x is equals to negative 1 over 3 and y is equals to 0. Well done. So I already have my y-intercept. I still just need to determine my x-intercept. But I have determined it. I just need to go plot it. So where x is equals to negative a third, where will that be? I need to go on this line. No? What will, so where is negative a third? Is it here? Where? Behind 1? Yeah. 0.3. So there. Check again. There's a negative sign. No, so it should be on that side, right? No? So if this is 1, it's probably going to be there. So I make a dot there, and then I once again take my ruler and I connect those two intercepts nicely with the ruler like that. And that is my second line, which has the function of y is equals to 3x plus 1. It cuts there by 1 and it cuts there by negative 1 over 3. This one cuts here by negative 2 and it gets there by 2 over 3. Okay. So I want you to draw that now on your sketches.